imagine there's movement. Like I think the body needs to move to really get connected to the heart. But I was remembering this moment in time where I met this beautiful 6-year-old child, Rosie, and I said, Rosie, what do you do when you get angry? That was when my daughter was 2, and I was just like getting so many emotions from her on a daily basis. I was exploring my own anger very deeply, like what would evoke it and what I would do to express it, because my daughter was a toddler and just outright expressing it with punches and throwing things and screaming at the top of her lungs. Like she was just so clear in her expression in the moment of her emotions that I was interviewing everyone and everyone to find out how they were processing their emotions. And so when I asked Rosie, I said, what do you do when you're angry? And she said, well, it depends where I am. She said, if I'm at the beach, I'll splash it out. She's like, and if I'm home and I've got paper and pen, I'll scribble it out.
Mm.
It always stuck with me, like this just clarity of, depending on where I am,
Mm-hmm.
there are all these tools and avenues and paths to express this emotion. And one of them was to actually express it with her hands through paper and pen. So welcome to Superbloom. I'm your host, Osha Rose. So today we're exploring something close to my heart, creativity as healing. My guest today is Samantha Ridgway, the founder of Gypsy SoulWork, a creative arts experience in Kansas City, Missouri, that invites people to make art with water guns, balloon darts, movement, all the things that we were told not to do with serious art. Samantha, welcome.
Thank you, Osha. I'm very happy to be here as well. Thank you for holding the space.
Yes, you are so welcome. I got the very wonderful privilege to experience this art with you when you were
Mm-hmm.
local to us here. And for me, just inviting people to throw darts at a balloon and create this communal piece of art together was just so profound and different to me. And I was curious how it would go, like how it would go in our community. We have a lot of artists on the North Shore, but I just don't know how liberated, people would be in that sense. And what I found was the children took right to it. It was so easy for them to do.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed even for myself how fun it was. Like once I was more like just making sure everybody else was good. But then when I finally picked up a dart and threw it at the balloon and it splattered and it created art, but it created art on top. It was like another layer of what somebody else had done and the colors. And so for me, it was this wild experience that was so fun and so different. And I know everyone that came, there was like 40 of us total, I think, with all the kids, like thoroughly enjoyed themselves. And then we had this beautiful piece at the end that we had all created. And then we all had our little stamped versions that we took with us, but it was to be the one facilitating that. Like how did you get to this point? Like was this something that you created? Did someone teach this to you? Like how did you find your way to this art, this way of
Mm.
creating?
Great question. Thank you for asking it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Creativity is always something that I know it was like the avenue I wanted to go down. I feel like when you're younger, especially if you go to a traditional type of schooling, people are always like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Well, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you're like, I don't know. Like, there's so many options out there. There's so many things that you don't even know about. I feel like you just have to get out there and explore and try new things and honestly figure out what you don't want to do.
Mm.
Start narrowing that down. After high school, I went to college in the United States, and then I studied abroad for a year. And I decided, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to go back. I don't want to. I think I just was like searching for a different culture, a different type of people. And so I went to art school in London, and that was my dream, was to be there and go to art school there. Amazing. Actually did photography, which is my first love.
Mm.
35 millimeter film. Art school there was great. You just had your one class. It was a studio class. You could go out, you could go to museums and get inspiration. You could go out and take photos and just wander the city. You could stay in class and explore different experiments with the photos, or have time with your teacher or whatever. And after a year there, I went back and I went to art school in the United States, and so vastly different. So different. You had 2 studio classes, 4 electives, a job on top of that. You're just like barely trying to survive, and your creativity is so dimmed, I feel like, because you're just spread so thin throughout these different avenues. It really made me question, how art is taught to people and what different ways art is taught to people. And Honestly, I think in a way art is it's taught wrong.
Mm.
You know, I think that creativity lies in all of us. I think we're so consumed with like an end product that we forget the whole process and how to just let go of whatever is inside. And we're so consumed with that perfectionism of what it's going to look like or what it's going to be. You know, especially as adults, you know, kids are more free flow. They just kind of get things out there, but adults are, we're a little bit more rigid in our ways. So that was kind of the start. And when I was going to art school, living at home, you know, just late nights up thinking and thinking and thinking. And I think we all have those times where we can't get to bed. So I picked up painting, which was really different for me because I was still going to art school for photography. And it was those late nights when I couldn't think. So I just needed to like get it out somehow. And just so I started painting. And we had a little storage room, and I asked my parents if I could turn it into a little studio. And so I did. And I don't know what came first, the water gun or the darts. But I remember having a water gun one night, and I went to go, I filled it with like this forest green paint color, and I went to go spray it on the paper, and I giggled like a little kid. I was like, oh, like this is so much fun. Like what a release this is. And I think you brought up the word fun. You know, I have to remind myself that that's kind of why I started it, was for fun, you know, to let loose, to just like release that, like you said, release that perfectionism. That's something that I'm very much am a perfectionist, and that's something I've had to kind of let go with over the years. And sometimes I think you can get too much into your head. And so releasing that end result and just kind of going with whatever tools you have or free flow, you know, is kind of my way of letting go, you know, letting go of the head, letting go of all of it.
Yeah, I think that's just so important to remember. Like, this is just such a beautiful analogy for life and just that concept of, are we doing this thing for somebody else, or are we doing this thing for our hearts, for our souls, for our existence? And in life, I know for me, most of the work I was doing was for somebody else. It was work that would pay the bills, would give me health insurance, would look good to my father, whatever, just, sound good on paper. When I look back, there were always aspects that I loved about work that wasn't creative or didn't feel like it was for me or like soul work, but it was mostly in the connections with human beings. It was the talk and the being in their presence that really felt meaningful. But when it comes to art and the outcome, to me, that's just, it truly is liberation. Like, what if every piece of art that truly resonates with you personally was never created with the intention of being perfect? It was just created with the spirit of the person. Like, would you say, like, for me, I think that is true, but I wouldn't necessarily know unless I was having this interview with each of the creators of the art. But I feel like you can sense when you look at something, like there's just like an energy to it, how it was created. Like, was there love and joy and bliss in the creation? Was it a sacred moment, or was it something the person was doing? Like, I know a lot of artists that will get commissioned, here's what I want, here's the picture, can you do a painting of that? But even then, there's still soul in the work. There's still like a moment, at least for me when I'm creating, where you just feel there's some flow that takes over, and it's different. You're not forcing it. It's just happening.
Right.
Would you say that's kind of the breakthrough with you can create that breakthrough for people with this squirting of forest green paint through a water gun and just not having that pen or paintbrush or trying to be precise? It's like, just
Mm.
have
Well,
fun, press the trigger.
yeah, because it's intimidating, especially,
Mm,
and I created this for people who don't think they're creative, because I think we all are creative. We just need to have a little bit of help pulling that out. And like I
yeah.
said, I think it goes back to this perfectionism or this intimidation, um, especially, you know, a stark white canvas. Someone who's not creative, even as someone who's creative, I look at a stark white canvas and I'm like, okay, well, where do I start?
Mm.
Where do I begin? So that's, sometimes I even paint my canvases a different color, or they already have a background on them or something to give that little bit of more of inspiration. Or
Yeah, take away that, like, that starkness to it, like give it some sort of energy to start with.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say it's also like this waking up the creativity within each of us? I wholeheartedly agree with that, and and I knew you were my people, but like I love that you said it first. But would you say part of it is this, you're almost giving people permission to do it? Because some maybe like you had mentioned adults compared to children, are just a little more rigid. When I'm rigid or the rigidity I feel at times, it's out of this like discipline or like obedience or just respect, I call it. Well, I wouldn't want to just, do whatever I want. I want to make sure it's within whatever this person would want. Like being given permission to make a mess or be given permission to have fun while doing this instead of, I'll let you know when you get it right, like that feeling when you're in a classroom. I definitely was that student. Like, is this good? Is this right? Did I get an A? Can I get an A plus? Like, what do you think? Tell me, teach.
Right.
But as a teacher now, it's like, and I saw you doing this with us, there wasn't that, is it right? It was, are you having fun? Are you,
Right.
do you want to try a different color? How does it feel? Yeah.
Hmm. Interesting. Like, I don't know. I've never used the word permission in that way. I think people give themselves that permission, but
Yeah.
I think what I do is I hold the space.
Mm,
I hold the space for them. And it's hard for me to say, oh, I have a painting class, because that seems a little bit more rigid, right? I like to
yeah.
say I hold a painting experience because I'm holding the space for you to be creative. I'm giving you the tools to be you, however
Mm,
you see that fit.
yeah.
You give yourself that permission. If you want to open up, if you want to be here, that's on you. But I am creating this environment and this space for you to come in and flourish in your own way.
Mm. So for you, the creativity within you was alive from the start for you and photography, and that was kind of the beginning. And then when you started creating this wild way of creating with paint, it was more of like cathartic for you. Like it was almost like a healing experience. Like I'm just curious like how it fits into your world now that you're sharing this experience with people. Is it still something that you do? Like do you still on your own pick up
Hmm.
the Cricut or the balloons and create your own mess
Well,
alone?
very much cathartic in a way, like very much a release. Definitely want to bring that to people, just get them out of their boxes a little bit. We're all in these little boxes, whether it's our home, our office, our car. It's like, let's just break down these boxes and let go. And as a mom, I don't do it personally as often, but I do create works of art with my daughter more than anything else. And, that's really special to be creating with another human being and kind of leading her in different directions and really just playing off of each other. I think that's yeah, I really like the collective pieces and how people interact with the collective pieces of art.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And it's so beautiful that this is the way she'll be raised, with art as a creative expression. And she'll be invited. I guess maybe invitation might be the better word. Like you're
Instead of permission.
inviting, yeah, like you're inviting people to explore a depth within themselves that they might be intimidated to approach. But you're creating this space that's safe for them to do that in. They won't be, shamed or blamed for not getting it right. There is no right. It's this, to me, it felt like just to do it was the thing. Like that was all the invitation was. Like pick up a dart, pick up one of these little fun toys and play. And
Yeah,
that's enough.
absolutely.
Or what's your intention? Like is this a mission? Is this something that you feel like with Superbloom, I have this like mission to, help people wake up what's hidden within. And so this is like totally in alignment with that. Like
Mm.
what is it that
Hmm.
you really think about what's driving your heartfelt mission?
Well,
So
and for me too, like there's so many different avenues that I have with it. So I guess that question, I when I'm thinking of it, I kind of think of it in different avenues as well, because I host classes. I've hosted classes for adults, and I'm going to do some classes for the library for young kids that are toddlers, so Salem's age. And then I'm going to be doing some for teens, which I'm really looking forward to. Um, and then I also have a one-on-one that I do with a girl who's in 6th grade, and I've been doing that for over a year now. Um, and then there's the collective balloon darts, which are fun, and then this new collective art that I did this past month for an event we had, which was so vastly different.
Okay, so yeah, I wanted to hear about that because I saw that on your blog, that piece that you just kind of put up, right? And you invited
Uh-huh.
people to just add to this. Was it a plain white
It
canvas?
was.
Okay.
It was a big white board, which is so intimidating, and I knew it was. But it feels like a first of an experiment of a collective
Mm,
for me, and because I love sociology, I love anthropology, I love psychology, just what makes a human, a human, and especially like also a collective,
mm,
And I think with art, I don't know, I feel like we can expand with creativity and art itself, expand that consciousness a little bit through different ways. And it's almost for me, I'm like, okay, what can I get people to do? And not obviously not in a bad way. Like, what can I push people to create
mm.
with a simple prompt or a simple design? So it's a little bit different, I would say, than like my fun, balloon dart art creative thing. Like that's super great for like a community event, but this path is just a little bit different. I feel like it's a little bit more purposeful,
Mm.
in seeing what I can get people to create. Like so, this past month we had an event, and I've been wanting to do an art board, but sometimes the paint and the balloons are just so messy. So I kind of had to like take it down a little bit, and I just did something simple. I did some paint pens and some markers, and I put on the board collective art, make your mark, and I put my symbol and trace my hand with, it's actually a third eye in the hand. And it was just so interesting what people decided to do, and I expected people to make some designs. Like I wanted the whole thing to be people were drawing designs, drawing a character, kind of whatever, obviously whatever they felt. So many words, so many words. I was so,
Mm.
so surprised by that. And looking on it, I'm like, as humans, like language and words and speech, it's so much, almost too much in a way. Even when I think about like society way back when, like telepathy, they didn't have as much speech or voice, or they could just understand each other on a different level. Nowadays, it's all about an individual's voice. It's not, a bad thing, but with social media, and it's all about an
Mm.
individual, it's all about words. So it turned out really graffiti like,
Mm.
and people writing their hashtags, their social media, their names, which is really basic
Mm.
when you think about it. Like that's not really breaking the creative barrier if you're just
Mm.
using words or using your name or using your hashtag. So kind of looking on it, it's like how do I break people free of that? Especially
Yeah,
when
like,
you're handed just a pencil or a pen and a white canvas, you're kind of just, and you're intimidated. You probably weren't expecting the board to be there, and you don't know what to do. And
and usually when you get to an event, you sign your name, or people will
sure.
say like, you sign in here or sign the guest book. But the fact that they went graffiti to me is like, okay, so the people in the room were artsy, like there was something about that allowed them to at least express their words with some design to it. I love the disappointment and the expectation that you had because it just shows the teacher in you to me, like there's a part of you that like is saying right now out loud, like, how can I, get them to tap in and go a little deeper and express with something beyond the words. To me, words are more impermanent and temporary, like our thoughts, than the actual feeling. And when we can connect with a feeling and then move that feeling through us with art, like express it with art,
Mm-hmm.
I have experienced that. Like I've gotten surges to paint a few different times in my life. And I'm like, the paint revealed itself. Like, so my sister gave me paint and then my neighbor gave me a canvas. And I was like, okay, well, my at the time, baby is asleep. I'm painting tonight. And what came through was very abstract, but it felt good. Like every stroke, every
Mm-hmm.
color I picked, every way the color swirled together. But it definitely came from the depths of me. And so that was me tapping into divine spirit. I wholeheartedly know. But when you've created a space, so you created the event, you put up the board and you invited them with your own sample of what to do. Like how do you do that if you aren't
Yeah.
standing to the board? That's
Well,
a good question.
I think you said it right. It's a feeling. How do you elect a feeling that then can create something? So thinking about like a prompt, like I'm working on my art therapy certification right now, and it talks a lot about symbols,
Mm,
which kind of, in a sense, when I think about symbols, like rigid's not the right word, but I feel like that pigeonholes it in a way. When I think about symbols, like I don't know, I think about, for some reason I think about like the government and like what symbols we have as a, you know, the United States or whatever. At least for myself, I'm trying to pull out with this art therapy and electing a feeling, like what symbols are there, like this, maybe it's like the symbolic feeling, or like I think of the word, like if I did a prompt and I put the word love, and I would put like, yeah, I could put something like, you know, what symbols or like what feelings come to mind with the word love, you know,
Mm.
without using words. So something like that where I'm kind of like,
Yeah, like you start with the word. You give the one
sure,
word, and then you
sure.
invite the abstract, response to the word. I
Mm-hmm.
love that. And it's interesting what you're saying about symbols. In astrology, they have the glyphs, and they're called glyphs because there were hieroglyphs, back in the Egyptian time. And, when words weren't words, they were symbols. And you would put symbols together to make your message.
Mm,
And I think now, like in astrology, looking at the different symbols, no matter who's creating the glyph, they all have a similar shape. And like, that this is Taurus and this is Aries and like the V and the waves. But for me, I have a similar feeling that you do where I think symbols do matter. Like when I studied Reiki, there was this understanding that you could envision certain symbols and that would help you connect with this energy of all, of us all being connected. And so there's power in symbols. There's darkness in symbols. What matters is how you feel looking at it. And it sounds like the word symbol has its own connotation for you.
right.
Like not actually every symbol, but just the word. I finally put it together this year, but there's this symbol that I've been drawing. It's like a heart with swirling lines and then other dots that came out. It first came through with a painting that also came through as a surge back in, I think it was 2006. Wasn't a painter. I don't even remember how the art supplies got to me, but I gave the piece to my mom. So she still has it in her house, and now what is that? Almost 20 years later, niece noticed it the other day and said to my mom, like, I really like that painting. And my mom's house, she used to be an art curator and an art critic in New York City. She has art on every like speck of her walls. So the fact that my 5-year-old niece pointed out this symbol that I created, like that was the first time I ever drew it or painted it. And so 20 years later, I'm finally realizing that this is my symbol that evokes my spirit. And I
Mm-hmm.
look at it every day. When I moved to California before I got pregnant, I started writing it like at my work desk in corporate job. I would just write it on my notepad and I was on a call and I would draw that symbol. And that was the year that I finally just made this decision to move. And there was something about this symbol that was connecting me to my spirit. So I just think it's beautiful that you're bringing this up because it's so powerful when we do connect with a symbol
Mm-hmm.
and the expression of it. Like the more I draw it, the more I look at it, the more I share it. Without words, I feel like a connection to something deep and
Mm-hmm.
known. Yeah.
Well, and with the symbol too, it's like other people can relate to that symbol in a different way. You know, it's not a
Mhm.
set definition where words have set definitions that come
Yeah.
with them, but the symbols are abstract in a way, and each person can either relate or not relate, or have a different feeling elected to that symbol.
Mm.
And I think with the collective board, it would be interesting to see if there is a common connection between, say, if I put the word love on there, what symbols or what people as a collective would come together and put on there and see that
Mm.
common thread between each one, because I think that
Mm.
also shows who we are as humans too, in that collective, that we all are connected in that way. We all have the same feelings, the same shit happening in life. Like, I think in a way we forget that, how connected we actually are.
Mhm. Yeah, we are. We're all in it together. It's like the more I share what I'm going through in a moment's time, I learn other people are experiencing the same emotions, but for different reasons. I can't help but think of like the graffiti artists I know that spend years finessing like the way they layer their colors and put their art in certain places so that it becomes this like backdrop for something else. But at the same time, I'm thinking, I get what you're saying. And I think it would be interesting to see what people would do if you invited them not to use any words or letters.
Absolutely.
Just as a challenge, to get the brain to get some different neurons firing. It does take that invitation, I think, to get the brain to start to open up and develop in a different way. There's this, like, I just think of like the paths, the smoothness, or just like the new paths that we create in our minds, like the synapses, like they fire, and then we create these pathways the more we do something.
And something new experiences.
Like
I,
epigenetics. Yeah.
we, especially in Kansas City, there's bars, and there's a restaurant, and there's another bar, and there's another bar, and there's another bar, and it's all about people just want to go out and they want to drink and they want to hang out and drink and talk, or listen to music, you know what I mean? So it's like, well, that's great and all, there's so much more. Like, what else could we be doing with our hands? And so I was so grateful to create this space that people could do something with their hands in a creative way that's not just sitting in a space drinking alcohol, which really isn't good for us. So like I'm offering something that can expand a little bit, or even create a conversation in the night. But really, like, with my business, and like we have a nonprofit, and it's like, well, for mental health, and that's one of the reasons why I started my business too, like mental health, like just feeling down, feeling in your head, can't get out, just like, okay, go throw something on a canvas. I don't care what it is. Go find a fork in your kitchen and start making marks on your canvas. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be a paintbrush, doesn't have to be a rhyme or a reason, just like get some stuff out there. But like I said, with just with mental health and whatever, like when you're out and about, you want to be social, but say you don't want to drink, or you don't want to be in that crowd, just trying to offer something for people to expand themselves just a little bit more.
And even though the drinking isn't necessarily good for us, like we all know it's technically poison, but it just is more common and more mainstream and just easier in our minds to go do. Like somehow that seems easier than taking what might feel like a risk to be vulnerable and express yourself fully in front of someone else, like making yourself vulnerable enough to show a part of you from the inside out. Where I think drinking helps people relax, but I don't know if everyone drinking would still feel comfortable creating. Do you know what I mean? Like the sip and paints, like, I don't know. I think it does help people get to a place to be like more willing. I've done it before, and that actually did help me feel like I might be able to create the thing we all went there to paint. But to really tap into what's within us, to deeply express that. I have experienced how it's almost like layers of separation that any type of substance will do for me. So in those moments of clarity, that's when these like pieces were coming through me that weren't about creating a piece of art. Like I wanted to show people after, just to be like, look what just came through me. But the people that really saw it understood it as like, whoa, like that's what you were feeling in that moment. Like, whoa. And then, what's beyond that? Like, is this like a prophecy? Like one person was like reading way into it. And I was like, I don't know. That does my God, with a ball of light. So just being curious, I think, is the biggest change for me, like the shift, like what is inside of me, like what could come out if I created the environment where I felt safe enough to let it out.
I think that's key. Can we hold on that? I need to go get my charger for my computer.
Yes, and we're almost done. Do what you need to.
Great. So you were talking about, having that safe environment to be able to create. I guess when I say, holding the experiences, like, creating that safe environment where people feel comfortable enough to be vulnerable, to be able to show themselves who they are, what they can be. Like that creativity it stems from inside. Like, we've talked a little bit about like, okay, I've done the painting with my daughter, that's a whole different experience. Doing it with like a collective people, that's a different experience. I do this one-on-one with a girl who's in 6th grade, doing it for a year. I really like the intimacy of that one-on-one, to be able to have that safe environment where she can be who she wants and create what she wants. And I think at that age is so important. And I'm really looking forward to being able to hold space for some of the teens at the library, because that's such a vulnerable time, to where we're searching for ourselves or trying to figure out who we are, and I think there's unsafe environments when it comes to that vulnerability. You have school, but kids are mean. They really are, like, especially
Yeah.
at that age. And, sometimes you're home, you have so many other influences coming from you, from your parents, or, so truly to be able to hold that space for those teens and individuals that are struggling, and to give them the time and space to be who they are and to create something that they want, with their own design rules, but at the same time having fun, because I have to remember and remind myself that that's what this is all about all the time, is just still having fun with whatever you're creating or doing.
It releases different chemicals out of the brain when we are having fun. It creates a different experience around us when we're moving and operating out of joy. I just have to say, like, changing your scene from outside to inside, as we were talking about the effects of being in an enclosed, safe container to create and to express ourselves through art versus being maybe in a public group setting. It was just this beautiful contrast where when you were outside, there was sunshine, there were birds, there was this big openness to it and other sounds. And I mean, there's still other sounds inside now, but there were other sounds outside that just felt big and expansive and just like, yeah, I want to create something the whole world can see. I don't know, just I had that vibe more than now when you're inside talking about working one-on-one with someone. I just could feel the difference in how it felt safer when you were inside. And just this reminder that when we go inside, there is more of a quiet space there. There is more of a connection to our inner voice. When it's so loud around us and there's so many things distracting us, it can be hard to turn our awareness inside to really ask ourselves, like, how do I feel right now? How do I want to express this? And one thing you just said about working with kids reminded me, what if every child had this opportunity to work with someone one-on-one as a mentor, but for art? Instead of just going in a room to talk, I would imagine there's more than that. It's just creating things that they can do together so that as the thoughts come up, the conversation can just flow naturally. Like I imagine there's movement. Like I think the body needs to move to really get connected to the heart. But I was remembering this moment in time where I met this beautiful 6-year-old child, Rosie, and I said, Rosie, what do you do when you get angry? That was when my daughter was 2, and I was just like getting so many emotions from her on a daily basis. I was exploring my own anger very deeply, like what would evoke it and what I would do to express it, because my daughter was a toddler and just outright expressing it with punches and throwing things and screaming at the top of her lungs. Like she was just so clear in her expression in the moment of her emotions that I was interviewing everyone to find out how they were processing their emotions. And so when I asked Rosie, I said, what do you do when you're angry? And she said, well, it depends where I am. She said, if I'm at the beach, I'll splash it out. She's like, and if I'm home and I've got paper and pen, I'll scribble it out.
Mm.
It always stuck with me, like this just clarity of, depending on where I am,
Mm-hmm.
there are all these tools and avenues and paths to express this emotion. And one of them was to actually express it with her hands through paper and pen.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a great way, pick a feeling and whatever feeling you have and just to get it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels good, that movement. I think kids are so in tune with that. We kind of lose it as adults. But, they're wiggling around or moving and you're like, just sit still. But like, that's what they need to do right now,
Yeah.
We need to get it out. Kind of going back to what you were saying, like the difference between like being outside and being inside. I've done art, with people outside, and I've done art with people inside. You can feel the difference. And I really enjoy kind of being grounded and being in nature.
Mm.
And doing the art outside, and having the birds, you have the sky, you have the fresh air, you can feel that sunshine. And when we think about boxes, trying to break people out of these boxes, while it being inside can feel comfortable enough where you can feel vulnerable enough to express. I think it's so important to be outside and be grounded in nature and feeling all of the elements, and even bringing some of those elements into your painting. Like I kind of experiment with people in my classes. We do like fun tools like toy cars or toy dinosaurs, or like I mentioned, like fork in your kitchen, any random tools that you find. We do that for a little bit, and then we switch over and I give them a tool from nature. So it could be a pine cone or an acorn or, some grass, and just letting people experience the difference that creates, not only for themselves, but for their artwork as well. I think there's some sort of a little bit more intimacy when you're working with those nature tools, maybe because they're a little bit more fragile. So you have to get a little bit more in depth with your picture and kind of using it maybe a little bit more purposefully. But there's just a difference, you could hold something made out of plastic in your hand, and you could hold something made out of from nature in your hand, and you can feel that difference. You could feel the energy. So, thinking about that and creating an artwork, if you're outside, that energy of what's surrounding you is going into you, and then you're going into the canvas, and whatever you're using, that energy is going into that canvas as well.
Oh, I feel like this could be like an invitation to people who, like a listener that's feeling blocked or just disconnected from their creativity. Go out in nature and grab a pine cone and like how can they?
I think it just goes back to simple, like just look around you. Like look around you right now and pick something random that you don't mind getting paint on and just use it to paint.
And if I don't have paint, ketchup will do and mustard.
Hey, go for it. That's funny. My I had my one-on-one over the summer. We were using red and yellow, and she kept saying it's ketchup and mustard. I think she had just gone to like some event where there was some hot dog eating contest or something, so it was even more. But sure, use some ketchup and mustard. It doesn't have to be paint. Sure, go for it.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I'm like, what would you have in the house that you wouldn't mind wasting? And it wouldn't be a waste, but that's like the way my brain works. Like, what could I use? I don't really, use the mustard that often. That'll be a good use of it. Like,
Like, okay, I'm looking around right now. I'm sitting in the kitchen. It's kind of
okay.
I'm looking around right now, and I just grabbed two things. I said, you said if someone's blocked, and you just look around you. Osha, look around you. See what you can grab, an item that you think you could paint with. All right.
Okay.
It's non-traditional.
Oh, okay.
I think that's another thing that I just, with a paintbrush, I feel like there comes, ooh, lovely. There's so much expectation with a paintbrush, just like there's expectations with a white canvas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So not attaching an expectation for something, because then that's you trying to control the outcome in a way. So
true.
What did you pick for your items?
So I have a rock and a wooden shaker.
Okay. A wooden shaker, that would kind of be fun. Like I think about sometimes when I'm painting, like what's the sound that it's creating, like, thinking about all of your senses, because we think about, we're thinking about movement and what you're looking at it, but like listening to it and what's that sound that item's making, can kind of be meditative in a way.
Yeah.
And the rock, okay. I love the rock, like using it. Yeah.
It's already been painted, but we can do more. Yeah.
I picked an orange. Like, it's kind of bumpy. It'd be kind of fun to put some paint on and roll around. And then I picked some foil.
Okay.
So I guess like with this exercise, it's like someone who's stuck or just like kind of feeling down or whatever, and just pick something. Pick a random item and start using it and kind of explore it, and don't have an expectation. Just kind of, if you're feeling angry, then what's that motion of anger? What's, how can you release that anger? Are you going to throw something at the canvas? Are you going to rub something really hard at the canvas?
Poke holes in the canvas.
Sure. I was thinking that, yeah.
Oh, I love this. That is you and your essence right there. Just pick two things. Just do it, just do it. And people, like I could even feel myself getting in my head, but wait, so did you say I could use mustard, or what kind of paint do I need? Or what, it's like, just do it. If you don't have the paint, have that be something fun to go pick out, colors that are you're drawn to, but see what you have right now. And instead of giving yourself a block to the block.
And even if you don't have a canvas, like could be a cereal box, cut open the cereal box and paint in a cardboard, like I don't know. I'm, as an artist, I think all artists can agree with this, is we're kind of hoarders. And like
such a good point. Everything's sentimental.
Like, oh, I can make go to that. Oh, I
could do something with that later. Yeah. I'm gonna make a collage with that tomorrow.
I use paper towels to like clean up my messes, and then I look at the paper towels and I'm like, oh wow, that's really pretty. I'm gonna save this. And I have like a stack of paper towels that are just like Like, what are you going to do with these, Sam? But then they're still there. Um,
Awesome.
you can use
I
anything. It
totally,
doesn't have to
totally
be a
relate to that. What else? What else is next? Or, you're in this art therapy, we're talking about ideas of ways to elicit more creativity and crack open the parts of people that might be blocked. But what more can we say here? What's next for you? Or how can we close with you feeling like you've shared everything that feels important today?
Well, I think there was kind of two questions there, right?
Yeah.
What's next? What's
Yeah.
next, and what else can I share? At least like what's directly in front of me, experimenting with the collective, and
Mm,
what I can get a collective of people to create.
mm,
I think that's kind of where my brain's working right now, and how to and to do another board, a big board for another event, and trying to think about with the words how to get people to avoid the words and use more symbols or designs or whatever. Thinking about the prompt of them. I want to push the boundaries of what they can create, because I know they're all, like I said, creative people.
yeah.
So I think that's I'm excited about the experiments, because they are
Mm,
experiments, and doing it differently each time and seeing what the outcome would be. But I think like with my business as a whole, everyone, I just want to say everyone's creative. We all are. We really are. We just need to help finding it, getting it out.
So I believe that we're creative beings, and that's the whole
Mm-hmm.
point of being here, is to realize our ability to create not only physically with our hands, but to create our reality with the thoughts and the feelings we hold on a regular basis in our minds and our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when we look around with the question of how am I being creative today? Just noticing what is actually you creating something in your day. I think people will start to realize what you're saying. Like, oh, I solved that problem. I came up with this way to solve that problem. Or look at that meal I just created and came up with. Or
Mm-hmm.
look at that way I just reorganized my closet. Like that was a really beautiful way to create more space. But there's so many ways in a day that we're being creative that maybe aren't considered art or artsy, but there's definitely a reminder for all of us if we look at the way we're moving throughout our day that this creativity does live within us. But I think having an exercise where we actually pick up an instrument, like for me, it was like picking up an instrument and realizing like, oh, okay, I'm a musician. But it wasn't until I really felt like I was doing it for me and not to cover a song or to create something for someone else that I really felt like, okay, I'm an artist, I'm a creative. So I think that's where that word, that connotation
Mm-hmm.
of the word is like, I can't come up with these things on my own. I can't
Mm-hmm.
create something out of nothing. But the reminder, I think what you're saying and what I'm hoping to give in another way to consider it is that we're creating our entire reality every second of every day with the
Absolutely.
thoughts, with the way we move our bodies, with the way we talk to people, the emotions we hold and the emotions we release. For me, meditation and breathing and being in nature, these are all the things that get me out of my head and into my
Mm-hmm.
heart space. Like I think of it as like dropping in, coming out of the head. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's a journey. Like it's something that could be a lifelong process, right? Where we just continuously learn, okay, I'm stuck in my head right now. How do I get into my heart space? What will get me through this bridge? And that's why I think we talk is where like our voice is the bridge. But when we are using words that we're maybe not cognizant or like aware of the words we're
Mm-hmm.
using,
Mm-hmm.
we could be blocking ourselves with our words.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I love that you just know, like, get into that creative space because the words aren't necessarily going to get you to that feeling. I think getting into the heart is getting physical. And that's why I think the work you do and the movement that it entails is
Mm-hmm.
the bridge. That's how people get to that creativity. Just do it. Even if it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't feel easy that first time. The more playful the items you pick up, like the fact that you had an orange and a piece of foil just made my heart happy to be like, what's she gonna do with that? Like, how's she gonna use that? And then my rock and my shaker. First, I'm like, well, the rock already has paint, so that can be painted again. But breaking out of this, do I care if this gets dirty? You reminded me, I don't know, hoard is such a strong word, but I'm looking around my room like there are so many little things I can purge after this, after this,
Oh.
because, and therefore, everything can be used in art. everything's
Mm.
a possible viable option to create with. And that to me is powerful.
Yeah, I really love when you were talking about creative, like there's so many different avenues of creativity. Like you said, you're creating your life every day, like your manifestation around you, but people don't think that as creativity. But even just as simple as baking some muffins, like you said, like coming out of your head, and I like that dropping into the heart. It's like, what is it that is your creativity? What are you doing? And this is like asking people, like, what are you doing with your hands that's
Mm,
breaking you, that's dropping you from your head into your heart? And when we think about mental health, it really is, it's about getting out of our head
yeah.
and really being grounded in what's going on around you. And I think one, stepping outside, great way to be grounded,
Mm,
barefoot. But two, what are you doing with your hands to
mm,
keep you busy and grounded into this present moment where you're not in your head anymore? So is your creativity baking? Is your creativity playing music? Is your
mm,
creativity painting? There's so many different avenues, but to have that one specific avenue that that you can go to when you're feeling that you need to drop back down and get grounded, I think that is what is so important. But also understanding that it doesn't have to be grandiose. It can be something simple, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It could be something messy, whatever you
mm.
need to do just to kind of release that and get out of that head.
Yeah. And thinking of like my daughter and symbols, I do think if you find something that you do like to look at, that maybe like I draw that heart symbol, all the time, and that just picking something you do like she wants to learn how to draw numbers and letters, and like she's in that
Mm.
stage right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's excited to do that, but she also likes to draw people. And it's been beautiful to watch how they have arms and legs now and faces. And she tells me these are the eyelashes. And so she's trying to draw what she sees when she looks at someone, like a human.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it's becoming her own, abstract design in a way, because it's still her way of interpreting what she's looking at.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it helps her when she's looking at the blank page. What do I start with? What do I do?
Right.
So it
Right.
can get the juices flowing, I guess, if there is a symbol, or you like to write, letters, if you do the graffiti, like all of that's kind of the warm up, right? To get you,
Mm-hmm.
it's like starting that drop phase of like
Mm-hmm.
from the head.
Yeah, I always start with circles. I'm really into circles. So I just
Mm,
start either drawing circles, or I find different tools that can create different circles, different sizes. I actually was
mm.
at a library in Prescott yesterday, and there was a collective art piece, and it was called circle painting. And it was just a group of people drawing circles.
Love it.
Really great board, just different circles. And I'm like, well, that is a simple way to prompt people. You
Mm,
know what I mean? Because
there you go.
if you're just completely open with everything, again, that's intimidating. You have a white canvas, you have no rules. It's so open that people are so intimidated. But when you give them just a simple symbol or prompt of a
Mm.
word or the one tool, kind of direct them in a way which then they can expand on.
I think that helps like rein in the brain. The brain goes into fight or flight when it thinks it has to do something that it can't do right now.
Yeah.
So it's hard to really get creative because you're not in your heart space. You're like, I don't know what to do. Ah. But if you're
Mm-hmm.
like, draw a circle, then it's like my brain can kind of sit over there and I can just draw a circle and
Mm-hmm.
enjoy it. And then see what happens next, because I'm not in fight or flight. I'm present.
Mm.
I love this. I love this so much, Sam. So thank you so much, Samantha, for bringing your beautiful spirit and wisdom to this space today. Your work is a reminder that healing can be messy and playful, and that joy, like this is something that I carry too, is that joy is a medicine, and art can be this language of the soul. And to everyone listening, you can find Samantha and her upcoming creative experiences at gypsysoulwork.com. And if today's episode touched something in you, maybe that's a sign for you to play again, to grab some paint, dance barefoot, and just let your hands make something without needing it to be perfect. When we let ourselves truly feel free to create, that's when we bloom. So I am Osha Rose, and this is Superbloom. Until next time, take care of your heart, your time, and your creative spirit. Thank you so much, Sam.
Thank you, Osha, for holding the space.
Yay. You're so welcome.